Hey, it's ODB from OLP. Want to hit you guys with a quicker video. You guys have seen I've been doing these a little bit where they aren't as in-depth as the Mini Truckin Magazine flip-throughs. So this is Chevy Truckin, and you see right here, it is from the editors of Truckin. When we had Brian McCormick on, we basically kind of covered how they would do these kind of sister publications, and they would, obviously take existing content in some examples. And this was just another magazine on the rack. It allowed for them to sell to potentially additional advertisers, and it kind of just gave a different perspective of the magazine. This one is February 9/6, so about 26 years ago. And it's pretty cool. I really dig the cover. You can see there hanging out the crew cab. One thing that I like about this is you can't really tell, and well, you can, but the way the eye is, you basically had, this is something they used to kind of do back in the day. I'm sure some people still do it. I talked to Don, I think, recently from NC at Randy's Labor Day deal, and I think his bourbon was like this, but these guys would paint the inside of the lines here black, or the inside pieces here. You get what I'm saying? And then here they did it even on the back, and then you see there even on the topper. So kind of a cool thing. You can see this one has ground effects, a little bit different style, but I think it goes really well. And I like how they left this photo the way they did it. At first glance, it kind of looks like a Suburban. But let's jump in here. So you got Vibrate Asphalt, and this is stereo stuff. You have your Lund accessories, I think, there. So the cab visor. And again, this allows for said publication to sell, additional advertising. But it also gave another magazine. Maybe you weren't a subscriber of Truckin, but this, was something kind of cool. You can see here, Steve Stillwell, rest in peace. You got Brian McCormick and some of the other names, including Shartsis, Randall Jackman, Courtney, Sean Carlson, rest in peace, Lance. Some of the names there you kind of see, and Mike Slade, even some of the contributors. And, that was kind of the photo credit based upon this ad, or this truck, I think, popped up in an ad. But I always loved this feature. Super clean dime. Kind of that 9495 era with the front grille. Always kind of loved the valence. It had like that little bit of a matte finish to it. This one had the Dumbo ears, we call them, for the mirrors. Doesn't really look bad though on this one. And you can see some of the content. And with the OBS trucks so popular, it's crazy to think back. And I look back at all these Truckins I have, and it's just really insane, the styles that are literally back from that era. Now, if you have been following our channel, you know that I'm going through all the Mini Truckin magazines, and I have taken a short little break. I remember when they would do these little concept deals. Taking a short little break from doing those, just kind of balancing. If you get a chance, I'll put a link in the bio. Check out my Devious Custom Shop tour. I actually uploaded it to Lincoln Addict, which is my other channel. I talk about Lincoln Continentals, and I have that Lincoln Addict podcast. But if you can, check that out. It helps me grow that channel. And I'll put a link in the bio. Since I uploaded it there, I can't directly link to it here. So Sal Marchese's, one reason why I own this one is Sal's truck was on the cover and of Truckin. This is one of those outtake photos. Some of these photos also appeared in the Colorado Custom 96, 97 or 97, 98 wheel catalog. And shout out to Tim Davis. He hooked me up with one of those. I had one when I was younger, and it's one that I just didn't have anymore, and he took care of me, so I appreciate that. But Sal's, of course, Total Chaos, we called it, and this truck appears on one of the OLP, so it's part of the OLP verse, if you will, OLP universe. And we have some of those shirts possibly left at ourlifestylepodcast.com. We had the metal signs made. We had banners. Really an epic truck, hot dog designs, and they're still doing it. And the other cool thing about this magazine is, again, you'll see different genres of the trucks, right? So kind of what you're looking at here and what you just saw, some classics. My dad had a 59. This is a 57. This is the Cameo. Always been a fan of those beds for whatever reason. My dad had the step side, of course. Nice thick pages, great quality. This famous truck was Tom Gomes, I believe is how you say it. And it's a 91 Chevy. He was in California. So I remember this feature. Crazy billet grill, real clean look with that smooth front bumper. Some kind of different mods to it. But, you know, I can look back any day of the week. I can come out here, turn the lights on, and just reminisce about the era, the good old golden era. And that's what, you know, I know Johnny Garage Johnson. Shout out to him. He watches our channel a lot. He does the same thing with all the stuff that he's really into, which are S10s. But, you know, anytime I'm like, man, you know, what should I do, man? Oh, yeah, look, check it out. Just get a cover, billet. You know what I'm saying? All of the stuff right here, all the cool stuff's already been done. I know people are out there building trucks. I'm like, dude, all the cool stuff's been done. Check this out. That's the shirt we just literally reproduced. You can go to our website, ourlifestylepodcast.com. Literally, there's a couple colors left. And we're bringing back the 90s with the OG, Mini Truckin OG logo. Loved seeing these tech articles. I mean, even stuff back then that may not have been crazy. Like if you look at that, you know, how sought after an extended cab would be just on those wheels with a topper, just looking clean. You know, a lot of us are just trying to kind of relive our youth or younger days as far as stuff that we loved. Check it out, the snug top coming off. Super clean. That's what I loved having Brian McCormick on the podcast in the past. You know, just, you know, he's like featured so many of these trucks, and you know, I just have a lot of good memories reading these issues. So check this out. This is Tom Taylor. So that name been around a long time, and something different. Lumina. The Lumina van. Ed Spangler. Roanoke, VA in the house. 95. Tahoe, real clean. Again, this era is coming back. I can't say that it's coming back crazier or more than it originally happened, because, hey, I mean, it happened already. But I think it's full force coming back like no tomorrow. That was the center section there you can see from the staples. Here's George Kent's 92 GMC extended cab. And again, these flip-throughs are just more quicker ones, showcasing Truckin Magazines, maybe one feature. So, here you go. Idilio Sanchez Jr., Downey, California, 94 Chevy Crew Cab. So this thing is sick. I remember seeing, I think this in Truckin, but I like the style of it, and I think even today this truck could easily come back and people would be like, damn. You got the billet grill. So that's the one with, I believe, the recessed headlights. You got some billet in the front bumper. And again, I kind of like how they painted the black all the way down. This is something different. I don't remember another one like this with the topper windows and it painted black even at the top of the bed. So that's definitely kind of something a little bit unique that you just don't see very often. So check that out. Take a screenshot right there, and that'll be my cover art for this one, thumbnail. Chevy Madness. I used to look at this coverage, I believe, not back to 95, but on Sport Truck. This is one of my favorite trucks, CGS. That was a cover, I believe. I think I looked at that cover recently. But just look at all the colors and just how badass that era. Boyd, of course, played a huge role in that. I think Mini Truckers smashed with that whole era, and that's what brought in the even bigger wheels. You guys have heard me say that plenty of times. In the bags and all of that. Somebody was asking earlier when I posted about Big John's, Big Juice, and they said, hey, you know, that was the early days, you know, 98 and stuff like that. When we had our customs, Rick Bentley on, We talked about, I believe this dually was the first body dropped dually. So this issue was February 96. And if you think about this, this was Chevy Madness 95. So, you know, you're talking 95 right there is proof. And that's one thing I like about these magazines is it puts the line in the sand, you know, for some of these guys that were really pushing the boundaries like Rick was. Rick was R Customs. He still is. He's still in business. Does a lot of high-end stuff. He still dabbles in all the other cool stuff like this, I believe. He'll do whatever you want. But Rick Bentley was our 100th guest. We were keeping it 100, as they say, with Rick Bentley. I believe it was episode 100. Traction control, I used to read these tech articles. Nothing crazy. A little bit lowered stance. Sean Carlson did that one, rest in peace. We just had his anniversary of his passing, and we of course post on that every year to make sure his legacy lives on. Shout out to his awesome family. Danny Taylor's 8 tray, 83, super clean, Silent Concepts was awesome. And I think any of us would rock that all day, every day. Ken Steele, Franklin, Ohio. Again, some variety is the best word I think to use here. Super clean. This is Shannon Vallis, Valance. Something a little bit different. Again, variety. One thing I like about these issues, I don't have a lot of the Chevy Truckins, but you can see here, it's just, you know, the main photo from the feature. A lot of front three-quarter shots and just clean truck. So gives you good content to either go back and post or, of course, do the flip throughs here. You got the truck group, so this was kind of them reinforcing some of the content. We got video of this Isuzu. Posted that before. Thanks to Steve Nielsen. Hope you guys are doing well. Again, if you can, check out. If you don't want to click the link in the bio, just search Lincoln Addict Devious Customs or, you know, Devious Customs Shop Tour. It'll pop up. And please, if you can, watch that video. And again, I can't directly link to it at the end because it is on my other channel. There's not a way to collab yet. I do believe, actually, I can create a playlist. I need to create a playlist and link that. I'll try to do that tonight on this channel, and I'll include that one video, Devious Customs. I was out there recently, and it's got plenty of mini truck and plaques. I think you guys will appreciate seeing. He also has a mini truck in the shop, so see if you can spot it during my shop tour. Here's the old Centerline ad, and I used to look at these all the time. Bought my first set of wheels, what, 24 years ago? Talked about that recently on the Bada Bing episode of OLP. And then this was a cool ad. A lot of this, the era of these ads, I remember seeing them and, you know, thinking, man, how plush those seats were and how comfortable those trucks look, especially the extended cabs. Mine had the pull-out cup holder right here. That had the premium stereo. I didn't have that, but good times. So check it out, or make sure you consider subscribing. We're not just mini trucks. We do it all here at OLP. Check out a new episode dropping tomorrow. Stay on the rise. We out ya.